Welcome to BootSpy. I was able to make my own ideal pair of Chelsea boots from the brand Idrese. They have a custom boot and shoe builder. So I'm gonna find out whether or not they nailed it on my ideal pair and whether or not they can make your ideal pair of boots too. Let's dive in. Guys, thank you so much for joining me. As I said, I was able to custom build my own pair of Chelsea boots through the brand Idrese. Now they are a shoe and boot brand. They have a pretty unique model. They have some things that I haven't seen with any other brand. If you're familiar at all with Beckett-Simonon, they're kind of similar in that way where they hand make these shoes to order. So there are some benefits and some drawbacks, but one of the most unique things about Idrese is that they have a 3D modeler. So as you're going through, you can customize everything from the heel height, whether you want a leather sole, day-night sole, Vibram, Christie sole, like mock toe, Chelsea boot. They have Oxfords, Bros. They got all kinds of totally different options, tons of different leathers. And there's just so much variety, and you can see it all basically being built on this 3D modeler. And I'm gonna show you guys exactly how many options there are a little bit later on in this review. But before we get into all the nitty-gritty details, I'm gonna say that I did get these boots for free from Idrese in exchange for this review. So I'm not gonna really talk about whether or not you should buy this boot. I'm not gonna give you any value judgment there on that. But I will say I'll go through the customization process. We'll take a look at this. And I think you guys can basically make the judgment for yourselves. When you're ordering from Idrese, there's kind of a big pro and a big con. There's kind of two main things to consider. They do make all of these boots to order. So when you order it, there's a factory in Spain where they actually say that Ferragamo and Louis Vuitton also make their shoes there. So, they're talking about high-end luxury quality. And you can order sizes 6 to 15. So there's a huge shoe range because they don't have to keep anything in stock. They basically just make it to order. But the downside is it can take at least 3 weeks, sometimes 4 weeks. They say everything's under 4 weeks. And I'd say from the time that I ordered, it was about, it was 3 weeks until I got the shoes. So it's not a quick process by any means. It's very similar to Beckett-Simonon. They also hand build each of those shoes to order. And so what you get is they have to charge higher prices. When you get handmade shoes to order, the prices tend to be lower, or they're at a certain level of quality, but just at a much less expensive price than say, some luxury pair of shoes. So I'm gonna unbox these and see how the quality is on these. So you open it up, you get the shoehorn there from Idrese. This packaging is really nice. You get the nice thick paper, 2 dust bags, which is pretty cool. And then boom, there you got it. This Chelsea boot right here. I got it in brown suede with a leather sole, and then the rubberized heel right there. So it's a stacked leather sole. It's got a little bit of that rubber insert just for extra durability and a slight amount more of grip. Really nice Italian full grain suede right here. I got the brown elastic gore. This sole is so chocolatey. Look at that, it's delicious. It's gonna look terrible in a couple of weeks, but right now that looks like I want to eat that. So first thing I gotta say, I love a shoehorn. One thing you learn about me, you stick around with this channel long enough to figure out I love shoehorns. I do, it's great. I'll take out all this packing material. Yeah, man, looking at these boots, they have a 360-degree Goodyear welt, which is pretty surprising. I mean, right here, you wouldn't be able to tell that much. It's pretty sleek, stays pretty slim, especially in the heel. A lot of brands do 270-degree Goodyear welts to keep that heel kind of a nice compact profile. But these handmade look super good. So yeah, these can be easily resoled. It is that 360-degree Goodyear welt. Has a stacked leather heel with a little rubber insert right there. These are Italian full grain leather. I got suede. Grain is really tight, really nice. And then it is also lined with Italian full grain leather there. The insole here, it's got a leather footbed, a cork midsole, and a steel shank. You can actually kind of see the indent here of that steel shank. Gonna offer a lot of support and just keep the midfoot nice and raised. So these are pretty sturdy boots right here. As for the customization process, this is really where it gets really cool. So I'm just gonna show you guys what this customization process looks like. So I go to idrese.com and I could just go start design, and I could really build any pair of boots that I want. So the first thing I'm seeing is you've got double monk shoes, hole cut Oxfords, loafers, derbies, Chelsea boots, chukkas. I went with the Chelsea boot. I think that really kind of fits my aesthetic the most. You have so many different options right here. Toe cap, you can go toe cap, or you can go plain toe. Obviously, Chelsea boot, I'm gonna go plain toe every time. I don't think I'd ever get a cap toe. You could choose your different soles. So many options here. Day-night sole, leather sole with some rubber inserts. You could do a leather sole with a full rubber insert on it. You could do a crepe sole or that Vibram Christie. And then you can choose what kind of leather you want. So here you got box calf, painted full grain, luxe suede. I decided for this one, I wanted to go all as sleek as possible. So again, I got the luxe brown suede. This is Italian full grain leather. If you wanted to, you can get this back piece of leather. That can also be a separate color. So I could have gone, brown suede and just black shiny leather on the back. That's an option. And lastly, you can even go as far as to change the color of the lining here. Again, just wanted something classic. I went with natural leather. I didn't go, I resisted the urge to go crazy and get all sorts of weird stuff. I just went classic. I'm very happy with that after I'm seeing it now. Here's my verdict on Idrese. I think if you have the patience and can wait 3 to 4 weeks after ordering a pair of boots to get them, going with a brand like Idrese or even like Beckett Simonon, these handmade, made to order boots, you really do get, in my opinion, just an exceptional quality for that price. Now, it's not cheap by any means. You're not getting you're not getting a $300 boot for $100. You're getting more luxury quality. The materials are much, much finer. And it does come in right under $300. It does pay off to have some of that patience to get a handmade pair of boots straight from Spain. They say this is Ferragamo Louis Vuitton quality. I don't know anything about Ferragamo or Louis Vuitton quality. All I know is that I'm a fan of these boots. They feel really good on the feet. They look really classy. The materials feel excellent. So I'm really excited about Idrese. I want to thank Idrese again for supplying these boots, allowing me to build my own custom pair of Chelsea boots, really put my dream into reality right here. And yeah, I'm really excited to wear these around, see how long they last. I think it does look like a really well-built shoe. So I'm excited to try it on, wear it outside when it stops raining out there, and give them a shot. If you want to check out Idrese for yourself, I have a link in the description below. You can custom build your very own pair of boots. Get some sweet mock toes if you want. Let me know what you think about my design down in the comments below. Did I do a good job? This is my first custom designed pair of boots, so let me know what you think. Would you get these? Would you buy these? I don't know. Let me know. Until next time, put your best boot forward.